Hello and welcome. Normally I would do videos on reviews or tutorials, but I want to bring up a question that I'm not sure has been asked yet, and it came to me the other day while I was thinking about the Harrier fleet. Obviously back in the day we had the ability to disperse the fleet across a wide area using Harrier hides and fields, autobahn, strips of road. Anywhere we could get a Harrier would probably be a good dispersal zone. So my thinking was, obviously the F-35B is going to be based on carriers when not at Marham, but if we didn't have any space on any carriers and we ended up in a conflict with anybody, would we disperse the F-35B fleet the way we did with the Harriers? Could it be done? I mean, I know the infrastructure needed to be upgraded at Marham to be able to have the F-35Bs there. Would that cause an issue if they needed to fly from the field? This is questions that may never get answered. And also with the Harriers, their weight was spread across a tandem undercarriage with outriggers, so there was less of an issue with weight on certain points. With the F-35B, on the other hand, it's more of a centralised area. So, I mean, it's just something that came to me the other day. I mean, as you can see, we've got one squadron GR1s in a semi-prepared area. 4 squadron GR3. That may or may not be in a semi-prepared area. I mean, that looks like it's on some sort of concrete. And then we have a 3 squadron GR3 with pier steel planking and boards down so that it doesn't get stuck in the mud. And there's the hides. But, I mean, it's just something that popped into my head the other day. Could it be done? Possibly. Will it be done? Almost certainly not, because they're too fragile. But then it brought me on to my next question. Is there anywhere on Flight Sim that this can be practiced? And then I remembered an area in Norfolk. Here we are on ADSB Exchange. Got there's a Cranwell trainer there, and 14 Squadron Shadow R1 over there, and an Apache from Wattisham. But anyone who's not from the UK, this is East Anglia, made up of Cambridgeshire, Norfolk, Suffolk, Essex, and I believe Hertfordshire. But in the central area here, you'll see there's a red zone, and that is Stamford Training Area, or Stanta for short. You've got 2 army camps that I know of here. One is Bodney up in the north, Reetham to the south, and there is a specialised village built for urban warfare just here, Eastmere. But there is another section just below Bodney, and I'll need to go to Google Maps to show you. So here's Bodney camp here. We've got RAF Marham to the north here. We've got RAF Lakenheath, Mildenhall and Honington. But if we zoom back into Bodney, so we've got Bodney Camp there. We come south to this area here and then work our way back up north. You'll come to this, which is known as the Harrier strip. Now, I've tried to find some history on this, and whether there's actually ever been any Harriers that have used the strip, I don't know. I can't answer that one. I know that it gets used by Ospreys, Apaches, any helicopter that comes in and out can sometimes use it. But as you can see, if we zoom in, obviously you've got your little taxiways here, and then you'd bring the aircraft either into the trees, which looks like there could have been a hide there, or you can erect the Harrier hides themselves and have them along here, hidden under the netting. By the way, if you are interested in looking at a good example of a Harrier hide, I recommend the Bentwaters Cold War Museum. They've got an excellent setup there with a Harrier GR3 sitting inside it. So yeah, they open in April, so well worth a visit. And I just thought to myself, well, if it's on Google Maps, it's going to be on Flight Sim. So I think you know where I'm going with this. So if we jump into the sim, so again, if we zoom into the UK, find East Anglia, I'm going to zoom in, there's Honington, Lakenheath, Mildenhall, and if you've got your city switched on in the filters, you'll need to find Mundford. Well, there's Watton. That's a good place to start. So there's Mundford there. Zoom in a little bit. And there's the horseshoe shaped bit that I pointed out a minute ago. And we go north of that. There's the Harrier strip. So what I'm going to do, I'll fly out of Marham in a B and well, do a short field landing into the Harrier strip. So Marham, depart, and we're going to set a waypoint just to make life a little bit easier. I've got to find it again now. Okay, so zoom in, and there's Mundford, Bodney, and there it is there. I'll stick a waypoint there and have that as an arrival. Okay, I've already got B set up, Royal Air Force, so let's jump in the cockpit. Right, okay, so we're at the end of the runway at Marham. I'm just going to get into the short takeoff and landing mode. Release park and brake, but hold the brakes on. We could go into auto takeoff mode by clicking the button there, but I'm not going to do that this time. Just make sure everything's good, which it is. Okay, and let's roll. Let's hope I don't get a crash to desktop. Gear up. Okay, just traverse into conventional mode. And we don't want to gain too much speed. And now we're going to follow the green arrow on our bearing compass there. We're 8.4 nautical miles out. Which unfortunately means we're going to fly straight into the sun. Brilliant. Okay, so we should have the Harrier strip on our nose. It's just getting there now. to gain too much height either. I'm still not 100% on the approach for short takeoff and landing. Not had much practice simply because every time I try and fly this thing I get crashed to desktop. So it'd be a miracle if I achieve what I'm trying to set out to do now. Okay, so it looks like we're coming up to it. Not too far off it now. And that looks like it could be it down here. Yep, there's the Harrier strip. So we want to brake to the right and bring the speed down. Unfortunately this thing's got a hunt back, so I can't see entirely behind me. Okay, so let's get the gear down. And traverse into short takeoff and landing. Sorry about the silence, I'm concentrating. So get into hover mode. Okay, and let's see if we can drop it down. Okay, and looks like we're down. Wasn't perfect, but down all the same. All we need is somewhere to hide it. A great place to make some scenery. And this obviously, this is made of concrete, the Harrier strip, but obviously it's represented as what looks like dirt. So yeah, that's be great if this could be turned into a piece of scenery that could be used for dispersal practice. A lot of fun, especially get 4 or 5 parked out here and practicing short field landings. What I'm going to do is I'm going to taxi off here. And I guess park up just here. Excellent. Okay, so parking brake on, and we can shut down the engine now. Open the canopy. And power down. Right, okay, so there you go. I mean, something a bit different to what I normally put out. Just an interesting question, really, whether it could be done, and if so, would it be done? So yeah, let me know what you think in the comment section, and if you've got this far, thank you for watching. As always, take care, and I'll see you in the next one.